Thanks. Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the regular meeting of Warren's Historic Commission for August 19th. Excuse me. We have a quorum. We have the approval of the minutes. Any comments or questions? Make a motion.
I wasn't present for these, but
All right, then
I can.
why don't we table them?
Yeah, you can also do it, you can't do a motion, but somebody else can make the motion, vote on it.
Oh, we can still vote on.
Credibility of it versus.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay,
make a motion to accept the minutes.
okay, motion by Margaret.
I'll second that for the record.
Well, I guess I have to second it, right?
Can I second or no?
No, you can say.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
fair enough.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. Old business. P&H Arnold Revocable Trust, 21 Linden Street. Column repair, tax credit 8,300. Is anybody here? Nobody's here for that? Did we, for the church, St. Mark's Church? Yeah. Should we continue that?
Table, just in case they.
They show up, okay.
Yeah, motion to table.
I'll make a motion to table that.
Second.
All in favor? Okay, new business. Gerald Consave, 28 Luther Street, replace porch. It's you.
Thank you. Stabilize.
Okay,
And I wanted to,
You identify yourself, please?
Sure. Jerry Consove, 28 Luther Street,
thank you.
Warren. And I presented the last time I was here with pictures and et cetera, and they complained and then complained, but it was decided that I needed to box in the studs so that I could put back the curlicue or whatever that was there before.
The lattice,
Please?
the lattice.
Yeah, well, not the lattice, no, this is the lattice too, but I mean, so I went through about 200 houses that were built at the same time as mine, and I couldn't find anything that anywhere that anybody had built what the town was asking me to do, to replace. Let me show. That'd be easier probably.
Yes, yes. Speak loud enough at the microphone.
Okay. What I've got is these holes here.
Yeah.
And of course, they go into the holes at the base.
Right,
And we fortified those because they were rotting away.
okay,
And then what we also had was a box of similar to this box.
Right.
Went around it.
the casing, yeah.
The encasing, right? And inside was a little bit of
Rot.
indentation to make it look like it was a mold.
Oh, you mean like an inside panel, sort of?
Yeah, in other words, if you look at this, you can see that the molding.
Oh, I see, okay, yeah,
Right?
yep,
So I'm covering all this up because we had to take the boxes down to support it.
right,
All right, so I went and they had the molding all the way down with the same type of thing.
Yep.
So I went through. What did I do?
We're gonna watch out for the wire. Be careful with the
Oh, I
wire.
got you.
Watch it trip.
Will do. I went through 200 houses
okay,
that were built in that time period, and I couldn't find this at all.
okay,
All right, And I think the house was done over in probably 15 years ago. And I think that's when that was added.
Okay.
So that was that. The other thing was my were the panels that I wanted to put up to hide it.
The lattice, yeah. Yep.
So there were 4 of them, and that's what I was really asking permission to do. And this time, when I sent it through the second time, I also wanted permission to replace the railings.
Okay. Okay, well, the last time you were here, if I'm not mistaken, the building official said you needed to get a contractor to help you. with
That's
the
right.
Project.
But how was I gonna, first of all, I mean, for 10 screws to put up the panels, and to ask a contractor to write it all out for me, I mean, they're busy. They're not gonna do that for me because I'm not gonna hire them to do the work. I mean, it's, it's my house. I pay the taxes on it and everything else, and I feel I should be able to do the work, my own work on the house.
Well, that's not up to our board. That's up to the building official.
Oh, I see.
He supersedes us.
Oh, I
So,
thought you superseded them.
no,
I got
In terms
that
of
wrong.
code and
in terms
construction,
of,
definitely.
in terms of code and
Oh, I see.
building laws, yeah.
Mr. Chair, if I may, it's actually supersedes me. It's Rhode Island state law. So anyone who resides in a building that's not owner occupied, single family, then you need to have a registered contractor from the state of Rhode Island to do the work. If you are a registered contractor with the state of Rhode Island, then you can do the work in that building. However, if you're not, you need to hire a registered contractor because you are not in a single family owner occupied building.
Okay, that makes sense, I guess. So how do I get a contractor to put in 8 screws?
Well, I think it's.
That's really all I needed, or is to put
Well-
this up against the wall and screw it in.
Well, that's not what you have on the application.
Well, I also had the railing, which is a do-it-yourself item because you can buy it at Home Depot. But I also went today to L Suite because I thought I would get something a little bit better than Home Depot. But even then, even at there, all it was a hook and you hanging on the hook.
I'm a little confused. Can I just chime in? So this is new business now,
Yes.
but you said he was here before.
He came in at the
Your
last meeting
meeting.
to get permission to put this lattice in.
Okay.
And
And they were concerned over the covering of the,
yeah,
Like
because
posts.
we had pulled up a picture of the house which showed these 4 columns coming down and they were cased, okay, all the way to the ground, and it was just open underneath. Okay, but since that photo was taken, he had since stripped the casings off the posts and then added posts in between because I guess
The wood was rotted. It
the
was gonna
porch
go.
structure was rotted underneath, which is up in here. So I guess my first question is, have you had a chance to go and look at this structure and see, does the structure need to be replaced as what's in the application or?
So how this came about is we had an anonymous complaint that the work was being done. This isn't just about putting up 2 pieces of lattice.
Right.
There was structural damage that the applicant was doing himself without a permit. Issued a stop work order and the structure did need immediate repair. It was a safety issue. But the reason why he's before you is not just to put up 4 lattice. It was because that the work that was being done was more extensive than just a cosmetic.
Okay,
So,
so,
excuse me, just 1 minute. If I
all
may
right,
ask
no, I
you a
just want to
question.
continue to clarify the
Right, can I ask you a
situation.
question?
no.
No.
Hang on 1 second, okay? You'll get a second. So is the structure underneath the decking need repair or replacement at this point?
The time that I was there, yes, and that was being done. At the time of the stop work order, I had informed the applicant to shore up what you had already done and to make it safe and then to stop all work. So I haven't been back to the property yet because we're waiting for this approval, waiting for the permits. I can go back there and see where we're at with this project, but I haven't. And I know that, I believe you have pictures. The applicant has put the lattice leaning up against it, so you
Right.
can't see underneath.
Right. Well, we do have this.
Since then, I've
We
taken
do
the
have this
lattice
photo.
back.
So it shows underneath, but it's a little difficult to see, you know, the actual condition of structural elements.
Yeah, I mean, the photo is a photo, but it's, you know, in person's much
Yeah.
better to do an inspection. So I mean, if I hate to do this, if you want to continue this to the next meeting, I can go there and look to see where we're at with this project.
I mean, this is becoming a prevalent thing. We're dealing with applicants who are doing work without permits, then coming to the board. We're certainly not going to talk about lattice
Right.
or the appropriate replacement of the casing that was there until the structural stuff has been
Right.
deemed
Right, safe,
safe.
right.
So that,
Right, that was my question.
So the reason why he's before you is because we're trying to do a whole package deal on this. For him to get the proper permitting, it has to come before historic. So even though there's structural work that needs to be done, I'm not just going to issue a permit to do work on a historic home,
When
just
it has
for
to come-
structural.
Yeah.
So it has to be, yes, I have structural work that needs to be done.
Mhm.
However, I also need to do the finish work. So once you approve the finish work,
Yep.
then we can approve everything
Understood.
to get back. I don't know, that's kind of like the cart before the horse in a
Fine.
way, but that's why, and I know it's tough for some people to understand the project because it seems like, you know, like the applicant's saying, we're just going to put lattice, but it's not just lattice.
Right.
It's lattice is the final portion. We need to do all the structure.
in this preliminary discussion that happened last month, when he was before the board, I'm assuming he just spoke he wasn't on the agenda. He was,
Oh, it's on the agenda, right?
was on the agenda.
Yeah,
Was on the agenda, yes.
Okay, so the discussion revolves somewhere around the casing of the columns from
well,
ceiling to ground.
it was really because it was just originally about the lattice, you know, and then the discussion kind of morphed into the fact that because it's more than a single family home,
Mhm.
that the owner would need a contractor to present an estimate to do this work. Is that correct, Matt?
Yes, that's correct.
So that's what we were expecting at this meeting.
Well, I didn't realize that because it's a three-family that I absolutely need a contractor. I thought that I could do it myself because they are do-it-yourself items.
Right.
I need to continue with.
Right, and that's what we were told, we were informed of last month, was that you do need a
Well,
contract.
yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, he told me to get a contractor,
So-
but I couldn't find a contractor that would just write up the proposal and not give him the work. It wouldn't be fair to him. And I'm not that kind of person where I would do something.
I think the point is though, he has to do the work in a three-family, correct?
Right,
The contractor has
Yeah.
to do the work.
Yeah.
right.
Okay, well, now that I know that,
I mean, if the applicant wishes to go to the state board and get a contractor's registration and insurance, more than welcome to pull the permit and do the work himself.
I think you're a little beyond that.
I'm not gonna go through that.
All right, so I think what you need is a contractor to give you the estimate to look at the structure with the building official to validate or verify the condition of the structure and make sure that that is sound. And so,
But it sounds like we can approve tonight the aesthetics of the work. So
I
when
don't
the
think you
contract,
can though until the structural's decided because there were 4 posts on the house and now there's 8.
8.
So I think had structural come first, that would actually inform the design intent. But now that
Right.
there's 8 posts, that's the reason why the lattice is sitting in the photo the way it is.
So just to clarify, the posts that were installed would be not visible once the lattice is installed. So
Understood.
I just want to clarify, so it's not confusing. There are 4 posts that are visible where the handrail is installed and on the deck level. The 8 posts that were installed were structural 4x4s
Are hidden.
underneath. So those will be covered by the proposed lattice.
True.
Right, but there wasn't lattice before, there were just the 4 exposed posts.
That's right.
Right.
And it was
So-
open,
And I think it's, you know,
but
lattice
for
is-
safety reasons, I wanted to close it.
yes, and I think I think that's appropriate. I don't think it would have been open originally. I think one of the issues was that you'd have to make the casings forward enough so that the new posts would be behind the lattice.
And the way it is, it will be, if we put the lattice underneath the board that goes across.
Because when you look at the photo.
Oh,
it-
no,
it
I
looks-
just cleaned those up and screwed them in fast. Oh, that, right. But the lattice,
Well, they have footings and everything. They seem pretty
Right.
permanent.
right, but the lattice will go underneath this, you come down.
Right. But the old posts seem to be further back than the new posts.
I think it's the picture. These more or less go with it, but these, believe it or not, these were crooked even. They was
No,
that bad. You could-
They're
it was
offset, you can
weird.
see that they're offset.
Yeah, you can see even in the back photo, the new posts are more forward than the old posts. So it's gonna be a bit of a challenge to case those out so that they're prominent like they used to be. I think you can see the footing, maybe the outline of where the casing was. It's hard to tell.
Right.
But I don't think he's casing those out at all.
Oh,
I
no,
think-
that's the plan, is to case these all in and then put the lattice panels between the posts, not all across the front.
That would be great. It
Well, that's-
doesn't seem clear to me from the pictures that we're.
Right, so there's no proposed drawing of what, you know, especially now that you've included the railings and the balusters and everything. We
Yeah.
need some sort of,
Maybe go back to the podium, if you don't
if
mind.
you don't
I
mind.
just have a question. So you're asking me to put the box around all of them now?
No, only the 4
Only the
original.
4, but the 4 is in between these other two by 4s that hold it up.
Well, again, a contractor can figure this all out for you and get it illustrated so that we can see what the heck is gonna happen
Okay,
here.
all right.
Because right now, we can't see what the proposal
I
is.
understand.
And
I think his intent was to actually lattice the bottom straight across.
right, but that's not copacetic design wise, right? So.
Mr. Chair,
Yes,
there is a possibility of doing what he is proposing without doing all 8 4x4s. So if he was to mount the lattice to the 4x4s that are there now, and then picture frame it like most porches are, and then put the uprights to match the existing 4 posts that are there, it would look a little bit more uniform and to this historic period, I believe.
Yeah, well, that's what Davidson was just saying.
Yeah.
Contractor can easily,
But I think
maneuver
that's
all
something
that.
instead of, if that's what his intent is, I just, for the sake of time on the board, instead of bringing him back, that's something that if that's what his intent is, I
get it.
yeah, but without any kind of visual proposal, it's very difficult for us to approve your intent. As good as intent as it may be. We've usually when we do that, we run into trouble. So I won't speak for the whole board, but this would be my suggestion, is that you get a contractor who is willing to, well, first of all, validate that the structure is okay, as you've already repaired it, and that it doesn't need further work. And secondly, that those 4 original posts would be cased in. And then that you would do like the picture frame, you know, a molding that would frame each panel of the lattice underneath the porch. So
Well,
there'd be 4
we were gonna
sections.
do that anyway.
Right. But
But it has nothing, but I don't see how how encasing the 4 studs, or 2
posts.
4x4s will be shown, and unless you're saying, well, the mesh will go in between.
Right, right.
Oh,
That's
a
how-
big job.
Well, that's if you
And,
had,
and as I said before, I have over 200 homes and I cannot find that anywhere, that it was ever done in the Victorian houses. And that's what my house supposedly is. It was built in 1860.
well, I know we just approved a porch, the new porch across from you. I think
Mhm.
it's
On Vernon.
identical. It's very typical that the posts are cased and the lattice panels are recessed a couple of inches with a frame and that they're in between the posts.
Could I look at it? It was-
There's a brand new porch at the corner of Vernon and Main. They also,
Oh, I had him come over to the house. And he looked at it and he says, I can't get, and I was gonna hire him, but he says, I can't get this till January. I'm booked. He said, and I don't think this is gonna last till January
why not?
because it was sliding off. This was before I put the support in.
Oh, I see.
The thing, it was rotted and it was just gonna go. Whoop, it's gonna go.
Well,
I mean, what I did was I did because it had to be done or I was gonna lose my porch. And then a roof, and then a roof. Don't forget, there's a roof on top of the porch that would have come down as well.
right. Well, that's over the dam at this point, right? So that's in the past. So, and that was structurally, you probably should have had a building permit to do all of that work. So, again, that's really beyond our purview. But now that you're here, we would need, even just a basic sketch or drawing to show, the posts with the casings and then the framed panels in between. And also they would be underneath the fascia board. The lattice-
Yes,
the lattice
yes.
would be underneath the fascia. board,
That's right.
Not in front of it.
No, I just put it
That was
there
temporary.
to give you guys an idea of how it would be. That's all I did.
Okay.
In
so
fact,
anyway,
I've taken it off since then. Just,
So
you
this
know.
was, I'm gonna try to be as clear and simple as I can make.
I know,
it,
get a
So
con.
that we don't have to do this again, all right?
I
We
hope.
thought we did this last month, but let's try it again, all right? Get a contractor, get a drawing showing the 4 posts cased in, right? Showing the exposed fascia board, right? Showing the 3 panels of lattice with a simple frame, right? And they will be set in a couple of inches, right? Typically, they're like they'll be set in the middle of the casing on the
Well,
posts.
But what do I do with the other, the support?
Well, as you said, they'll be covered, they'll be behind the lattice.
No, they would be, but you're making me put a box out there, so they're not gonna be.
No, we're not, leave the new posts alone. You don't have to case those. You're only casing the original 4 columns
All right, I know what you're saying.
that come down from above. Okay? And I don't necessarily think they have to have this recessed,
But you just want it boxed in.
just flat, so that
Okay.
it's flush with the fascia board, right?
Okay,
Right?
Agreed.
Okay?
I know exactly what you're saying.
All right.
I'll make.
I used to be a carpenter, so I actually understand all this.
No, no,
Um,
I understand.
So, I think that's it, right? So
Yeah.
can we have
Well,
that?
I'll make a motion to continue with the request that you come back with the drawings that
All right. Can,
Davison suggested, which indicate all of
can I
the,
just drop my drawings to him
Yep.
and you people decide, or I definitely have to come back again?
Oh, you definitely have to come back again. Yeah. Well,
Okay?
because we can't see what you're proposing.
No, if I figured if I sent him to him, he was to give them to you and you could all say.
open
"Oh,
meetings require. us
Yeah, we
to
can't
talk
do it.
about in public.
We can't do it in the coffee shop. you
Okay, all right,
know.
I understand.
And make sure that
But
Matt goes out there to look at it, to make sure that the structure is now sound.
I'll have him come out with the contract.
Great.
I'll be out tomorrow.
Okay,
I don't know if I'll have a contract to tomorrow, but I'll meet you there anyway.
okay,
Okay?
we have a motion.
Yeah, I was almost all the way through it. Just with drawings indicating what you had said, which
Yep.
is to have boxed in the original 4 columns, recessed lattice, which will also be framed.
Yep.
Which would match the period historically, drawn up, brought back to us next month.
Okay.
And structural soundness, proven out.
Validated by the
Yep.
building official. Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time.
See you tomorrow.
Okay. Okay, next. Natalie Chewbacca and Bromley Moore, 110 Water Street, replace roof, tax credit to be determined. Good evening.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, good.
Your house looks great.
Like it?
Yeah.
We can.
The door color, the door looks great.
Yeah, I love the door.
It's really nice.
Everything else is great too.
Um,
Yeah.
I have no questions. Anybody have any questions? Now, is there an estimate in here? It's a very thorough
For the-
estimate.
Yeah,
They were talking about the roof.
okay.
Only the roof on this.
Yeah, it's only the roof. I
Oh, no,
know.
chimney regrouting is on here too.
Oh, is it?
Where's the? Yes.
I'm just looking for the total cost.
It's kind of confusing.
a lot
It
of-
took me a while to find it too. It's not on the last page for some reason.
Is it on
Total 14,1, is that right?
It's different. I think it's. Yeah.
Oh, it's 12.5 for the roof. It's checked off.
There's like 17
And then
pages.
16, yeah, 14.
On page 34? Is that the total
34.
total?
The fact that there's.
Sorry, we should have this
Yeah,
memorized, but we just don't.
That's the most thorough
Memorize.
roof
There's a lot of pages.
proposal I've ever seen.
I know, I know. Oh,
They're saying 11.6.
yeah, but,
And then 16.
no,
for
that's
the-
not it.
We did option 2.
We did option 2. Okay, so
Is 12 here.
steep
12.5.
slope, option 2. Which is
Page-
12.5.
30.
Page 30.
Page 32 plus,
Page,
the 1600, the low slope option, the
On-
SA mod bit roof on page 34.
so the total would be 14.10.
14.1,
14.
but there is an updated proposal that includes the chimney regrouting. Did you say that you saw that
Yeah,
too?
you must have seen that. We're,
Thought maybe they didn't send that.
Thanks, right?
I don't see the
Page
page pointing in here.
Oh, but I think.
Do you
the
know what the
proposal
estimate
is-
was?
That's what it is.
There you go.
There is an updated one that includes the chimney regrouting and ceiling. That total is 15,945.
5945. Okay.
Yeah, I can email.
Can you,
Who do I email that? I just have my email.
Right over.
okay, so we could make it for, 16 for now.
Yeah.
It's not a hard and fast number. It's just
Okay.
to get through the approval.
Kind of
Yes.
like what we did with the paint.
Did you choose a shingle color?
Yes.
We
It's
did.
the Max Espresso. I know the proposal is like a little bit crazy. It's the dark brown color.
Oh, the one that's squared off there. Yep.
Yeah.
We don't,
Yeah, I don't think we have.
we have
preference, period.
jurisdiction over color, so, but
It's just
It'll be
not as
nice.
gray as what we have. We wanted to go a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah, it says it's Max Espresso,
sounds good.
Max Def Espresso.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to approve the application for the roof replacement and the repointing of the chimney for the total estimate for $16,000 for the tax credit. And with the proviso that you will provide the estimate or the updated estimate to Alyssa.
Second.
Okay,
You got it.
anything else?
Do we
Okay.
need to come back for the paint now that the paint is done? Do we have to?
For the tax credits?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to wait until you get everything, if you get the roof done and the chimney and everything else, or,
Put it together.
yeah, just come in to see Alyssa
Okay.
with all the receipts,
Yep.
right? And then we will formally approve that final number, whatever it all is, And that will be the official number for the tax credits.
Okay.
Okay,
And do we send it in and come back on a Tuesday?
say that again?
We send in the proposals and then come back to the
The
meeting.
receipts.
Yeah, the receipts and then.
You don't need to be present for that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's what I was. okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's
because
what I was-
everything's already decided.
Got it. Not that I don't.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
All right,
Aye. Okay, thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much,
Yeah,
everybody.
doing a great
Have
job.
good night. Okay.
you too.
Bye.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
this is yours.
Okay, completed projects. Lisa Martin's 18 Washington Street, tax credit $850. Any questions or comments?
No, motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion.
Second.
We have a second. All in favor? All right. Okay, it looks like Arnold Revocable Trust is not going to be here.
Motion to continue that?
You have a motion to continue?
Yeah, I was wondering just based on the email if she thought the work was
Sure.
already approved. That was my only reason why she might not be here.
So you get that? It is one of the items that was approved a couple years ago. In a long list of items, and now they're coming in specifically for these couple of items and just for the tax credits. So,
Wow.
yes, with the estimates. It hasn't been, the work hasn't been done. No. This is to go forward with the work. To approve it.
Right,
No. It's been approved, but not done.
Yeah.
And there was no.
let's continue this next month, let me look.
Okay, okay,
So also, I mean, moving forward, for an application that was approved a long period of time prior to the date of work, I think it's appropriate to have them come back.
Right.
I mean,
Then
first of
just-
all, the board composition's changed.
changed.
Not
Fair.
that we're gonna change our minds or anything, but I'm just
Right.
wondering, like, there's a lot going on over there. And I'm not really aware of any other than what I see when I walk by. So my motion would be to continue next month.
Okay, I'll second that motion, and I would also like to see like a drawing of what it's, I mean, I assume it's gonna be exactly what's there, but that's not in the application, so seeing as they're both architects, I think that's something that they could include next time. That sound reasonable?
Yes.
So you guys can communicate, that applicant could come back next month. The old business item tonight.
Yeah, but you're referring to the addition?
No, this is for the column repair,
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And just so that they bring a drawing in to show us what it's actually gonna look like. Because they're replacing like the base of the column, basically. And-
Okay.
Well, the description does make it sound like
Yeah,
they're
it's gonna
doing
be
an exact
exactly.
replica, they're gonna
exact-
use
right.
epoxy to seal it,
Right, right.
prime it.
Yeah, I have no, no doubt that it's gonna be,
Yeah, Jim's overseeing it, so I assume,
they're almost done.
The column, point of the
Yeah,
church,
yeah. They're doing the work now?
I mean, I did see clamps on the
yeah,
upper portion they were gluing and
they was 4 or 5 times. Fixing and repairing the wood, it's all rotted, all coming off,
Right,
it's like very bad,
right.
rotten and she panicked, wanted to repair it really clean.
But-
Matt, are you aware? Could you repeat that to Matt? If he's not aware?
Column repair, church, doing it now. Something wrong.
Yeah, so I was speaking with the solicitor. This is something we have to look into because there is, we have to see if there's a limitation on the time frame when you actually get approval to do the work, such as zoning. You have 1 year from approval to actually commence work. Now, that doesn't mean that work has to be finished. It just means commenced. It has to start. So this project, we have to look to see when it was approved by this board. Even though they haven't got to the columns itself, the totality of the project has begun a long time ago. So that's what we have to look at.
yeah,
Well,
and they
she's-
have done some of the
He's
columns.
saying they're working on the columns now.
Okay.
I happened to walk by a week ago and they were clamped and they were gluing those fluted components that glue together to make the faux column.
And she's saying that it was approved in October 2023. So that's almost 2 years ago.
So, but we have to look at that because the building permit was pulled
Right.
at the same time. So if in fact, if it was approved in October 23 and the building permit was pulled in November 23 and the work, as we know, has been ongoing, then it would fall, they wouldn't have to come back. They'd have to come back for the tax portion of it, but the approval would already stand on it because it's already been, the permit has been issued. Though the work hasn't started on that particular item, it's part of the whole blanket. So that's what Ben's going to look into to make sure.
Okay. So we're still gonna continue it. Okay.
I mean, if you find that there's an issue, maybe you need to communicate with the owner and the contractor to cool their jets.
I will be in the area tomorrow at
Okay.
another
I'm
location.
not trying to direct you, but.
Nope. I'll
You're
I'm gonna be
block
right down.
away.
You'll be right down the road, so I'll travel right over there and see what's going on.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. Did we already vote?
I think we.
I don't
did.
think
we
we-
found, do it again.
We did? Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Hold on a second.
What?
I haven't taken-
Which item?
That was.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
We continued it. Yeah.
Yep.
That's okay. Okay, so any comments by board members? Any other administrative matters we should know about? How about an introduction, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Shelley is interested in the secretary position. So she's gonna, I'm gonna do a trial.
Feeling it out. Oh, boy.
Couple weeks.
Okay. No pressure, no pressure.
But yeah, she's gonna trial it, so,
Wait till he throws the gavel one time. You won't come back.
I have never used this in 10 years, so. It's been a couple times I was close.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
I mean, I'll just bring it up for sake of repetition. I feel like, you and I talked about it, Matt, at one point. We're dealing with more and more applicants who, whether by design or, claimed ignorance, or ignoring Rhode Island law at every turn, not paying for permits, not registering their project, circumventing this board and safety in general. I don't know what we can do about it. You and I talked about, I think the fines are too small. The state's got to get serious about the fine not being a couple $100 on a grand scale project if they're going to expect.
Should be proportionate, maybe.
Or, yeah, get real, make it 1,000. People are at least going to think twice about. I don't know how is there any way we address that? Do we petition to the state or?
So this is, I think we should make it an agenda item because we talk about this every month.
Yeah,
No,
that and
I-
contents of the application.
I say that jokingly. The problem is that, yes, the fine is low. The other problem is, as we spoke, is the education
Yeah,
of many people don't know
Right.
Yep.
when they have to go. I had someone call this week that they were doing a kitchen and they thought they had to come. I had to explain to them it's only exterior. So as I talked, Davison and I spoke about this. Scott, you and I may have spoke about it. I
Yep.
don't know, but I'd like to do, when the tax bills go out, a form letter
yes,
that goes to everyone in the town,
Yep.
not just the district.
Yep.
Everybody knows
Yep.
this is what the historic district is.
Yep.
This is what it needs to be. Obviously, one of the huge hangups we have is that word of voluntary, because people think it's voluntary. They
Right.
don't realize it's mandatory.
Right.
So that obviously is in the works right now with the comprehensive plan. And it's going to have to be an ordinance change. And also, I'm not, I say it all the time, but it's staff. I mean,
Totally.
we look at a neighboring community right to our south who has a full-time person
Yeah.
who does historic, and they oversee the projects. They go out and monitor
Mm.
who's doing what. It's tough. I can only be in one place at one time, and I'm trying my hardest when I go out there. I try to get out there and see how many,
Agreed.
and I think, so it could look as a negative, but I think the positive is that I am finding people and I'm bringing them to you.
Yeah.
If I wasn't, you wouldn't see them. And I mean, we have people in this district that will say to me exactly, what's it, $250?
Well, I was
What do I
gonna
write
say to
down?
you, two points I have to make. And one of them is what you just said. There are people who are willingly, knowingly in the district who will not follow the rules because they know the fine is so low. So that's an issue. Secondarily, Bristol, I actually think our percentage of historic homes based on the size of our town might be higher. It's a small town. Bristol had a lot of area that was developed, you know, in more modern days than a lot of the homes. And we have a large cross to bear to try to preserve all this beyond where the district is right now. And without a person managing it, I think it's very difficult. So that's another area of discussion, I think, trying to get the town to, I know there's no money, but for a town to run, you know how I feel about this. I mean, I served on the council. We got to spend money to manage this town correctly, and it's only going to get more difficult as the population goes up.
All I can say on that is I'm trying my hardest on that. And part of the proposal of the creation of a director of community development, that aspect comes into it.
Yep.
It's to try to create one department where we can multitask and bring maybe more staff in. So I'm hoping in the future, maybe the near future, we may have something that is going to help us with some staff, which will alleviate a lot of the stuff that's on me right now, and give me the opportunity to go out and monitor the historic projects, because that's another thing too in Bristol. I mean, they have the historic board actually monitors the projects.
Yeah.
So you have somebody that you can actually go to and speak to about the little incidental questions you may have.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we can do something like that. And it's, as we all know, the elephant in the room, it's the financial state we're in. So what do we try to do? We try to make the best of it and try to, do as much as we can with as little as we have. So, but I hear you, and I'm working and trying to, and that's something that,
We'll talk about it again next month.
Yeah, I'll probably have more. Unfortunately, I'll probably have more for you next month.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
All right.
Which Mike's?